Hey guys! Welcome to my channel. My name is Riley and today I'm going to be telling you a little bit about my experience with the HIDA scan. If you're watching this video, you probably are about to get a HIDA scan, and I just kind of wanted to share what my experience was. And of course, everyone has different experiences, but I was looking at videos before I went into my HIDA scan and I didn't find a lot of them. So hopefully this video gives you a little bit of an insight and maybe eases some of your anxiety. I did write some notes down because I didn't want to forget any parts of my experience. So the reason why I'm having a HIDA scan is because I've been having just abdominal pain that is unexplainable. I've done many tests, too many tests, and bad gallbladders run in my family. So we are doing a HIDA scan to see if that is the issue. Also, if you're hearing noises, our garbage truck is outside, so that might be a little annoying. Hopefully it's not very heard in the video. Also, we just moved into a new apartment, so the walls are totally blank. Everything's blank right now. I just started decorating for Christmas. Maybe I'll do a little video for that because I love Christmas. But back to the HIDA scan. So I went to the HIDA scan this morning. My appointment was at 9 a.m. What I had to do before the appointment is pretty simple. For me, they said fasting for 4 hours, which is food and water fasting. Thankfully, my appointment was at 9 a.m., so I just could wake up and go and get it done with. So I got there, I was fasted with water and food, and that was the prep. I got into the office. They called me pretty quick, which was awesome. The typical range for the procedure is 2 to 4 hours. Thankfully, mine took a little over 2 hours, so one of the minimum, which I really appreciate. If you hear my dogs growling, they're just playing. So the first hour I went in there, they actually inject a radioactive tracer into your arm through the vein, and that travels to the liver and the gallbladder area and bile duct. So it passes through there, which I think is super cool how God invented something that you inject and it knows exactly where to go. I think that's awesome. So I got that injected in my arm. I am not a huge fan of needles, so I was having a little anxiety, but it wasn't bad at all. They just injected it into my arm. I felt nothing. Then they told me to get on the bed. You get on this bed. It almost looks like an X-ray or MRI bed. I laid down. Thankfully, they let me listen to my Spotify because otherwise I'd be sitting there or laying down for 2 hours, literally doing nothing. So I'm super thankful for that. And I actually listened to Matt and Abby. I might link them below because I really like them. Matt and Abby and Allie Stuckey. I'm not sure if I'm saying her name right, but I've been listening to her a lot lately and I really appreciate her content. So thank you, Allie. I really loved it. I hope the time go by way faster. So that was the first hour. I laid in the bed. They actually strapped my arms in. So I was laying like this, and then they like laid over the strap over my arms so that they wouldn't fall off the bed, I guess, because they'll move you and then there's no place for your arms. So they strapped down my arms. They asked if I wanted a blanket, but I was okay. I had a jacket. And then they roll you in. It's nothing circular. It's literally just a box like this that goes over your stomach area. So I didn't feel claustrophobic at all, which I really appreciate because I hate getting an MRI and going through a tube. Hate it. But no, I was good, especially for 2 hours. They also set up a screen where it actually shows your liver and gallbladder, which is super cool. And the first hour she was explaining that they showed the liver, and then they said pretty soon your gallbladder will start getting brighter and light up more, which it did. And I really appreciate her telling me that because I could actually look at the screen and be like, okay, what's supposed to be happening? There was also a timer that said like how many minutes it had been and how many minutes were left and what time it was, which I really appreciated. I didn't look at it the whole time, but actually I looked at it a decent amount because I was kind of bored. But I really appreciate that it was there. What else happened? Oh, so when I was laying in there, probably like once it hit like 15 minutes or so, I started feeling like chest pain a little bit, and butterflies like through my chest, and I got a little nervous, so I probably should have said something, but I didn't, and it passed. So I don't know if it was the tracer like going through me or if I was just having anxiety. Everything was fine. I only felt it for a little bit and then it passed. But yeah, so that happened for my first hour. Also, surprisingly, which I'm super glad that this happened to me, they didn't need me to take off my clothes or anything and go in a robe. They actually let me wear like my sweatshirt, my shorts, everything. I didn't have to take anything off, which made me feel just so much more comfortable and I really liked. And then the second hour came. So when the first hour was up, I heard a ding. She came back in, she moved the camera, she got me to sit up, she asked me if I had to use the bathroom, and I did, which I don't know if that tracer has to make you pee, or makes you pee, but I had to go a lot actually. So I went to the bathroom, I came back, she gave me a little shake. It was a Nestle Nova Source drink, vanilla, and it was actually kind of tasty. I should try to get a picture to post on the screen somewhere, or I'll link it down below because it was actually kind of yummy and I hadn't eaten all day. By this time it was probably like 10:30, 11 o'clock maybe. But it was fine. She gives me like 1 to 2 minutes to drink the whole thing because she doesn't want to miss what's happening in the gallbladder area. So I drank the drink. They put me back on the bed, slid me under right away, started the time again, and this is Mr. Echo. He likes being in the film. If you haven't seen my first video, go back and check it out. He was just addicted to looking at himself, or I don't know what he was looking at. But yes, so I drank this shake, went in the second time. Gotta say, the second time actually seemed to go faster for me for some reason, which I'm thankful for. And I didn't feel the chest pain. I did have pain in my gallbladder area. Like it felt very uncomfortable. I didn't like that. Maybe for the first like 20 minutes of that time, and then it kind of passed. So, I mean, maybe my gallbladder was struggling to get whatever I just drank through the system. I don't know. But that was the second hour. The noise of the machine is not very loud at all. If anything, I barely heard it. Maybe a little like, not a buzz, but like a humming maybe, just a little bit, slightly. I could listen to my Spotify. I didn't have my headphones in. I couldn't keep my phone in front of me. I had to put it behind my head. So sadly, I couldn't be looking at my phone, but I could actually be listening, which is very helpful and nice to make the time go faster. So that was the second hour. Then the beeper went off again. The lady came back, took me out. Oh, I also had a blanket on the second hour because I got cold in there. So the second hour I had a blanket on, which was fine. The second hour I got up, she said that I should get my results in about a week or so. Hopefully, in a day or so it'll show up in my phone portal. That would be very nice. What are you looking at? What do you see? Want to say hi to the people? Say hi to the people? Say hi, people. Hi, people. You like the camera? Hi, people. You silly boy. And then she didn't have any restrictions when leaving. Everything she said was fine. Online, it said to make sure you wash your hands really well after you go to the bathroom because you might still be peeing out the radiation and you don't want that getting anywhere else. But she didn't mention that to me at all. So everything should be fine. As I was leaving, let me tell you this story. As I was leaving the hospital or the place of service, I was leaving and walking to my car and I see this homeless lady sitting right outside the hospital. And I'm like, oh no, she's gonna talk to me because I don't know why, for some reason I'm a target. Everyone always wants to come talk. But I walked past her because I had to go that way. She didn't say anything, so I'm like, okay, good, I'm in the clear. I walk like maybe 10, 15 steps, and all of a sudden I hear her rolling her little cart behind me, and she's like, hun, hun, and I feel bad. I just kept walking, but I'm like, she seemed kind of scary. So I just kept walking and made it to the crosswalk. No cars were coming, so I just like booked it across. I turn around and look, here she comes with her cart, booking it across the sidewalk, and then I had to go across another sidewalk, so I went across another sidewalk, and then I hear her like saying, hun, so I'm like, did I drop something? Because I'm like, if I drop something, I'm really gonna want to get that, but then I was like, no, there's no way I dropped anything, I had everything, and then I like make sure I go over this curb, because I'm like, she might have trouble going over the curb to get to my car, so I got to the curb, like sprinting to my car, and I make it into my car, and I look behind me, and she stopped someone else. Like, as she was following me, she saw this other lady and she stopped them, and I feel bad because I wouldn't want to be stopped by them, so I feel bad I passed her off to another person, but then as I drove around, I think she was asking them for money, and then sure enough, she just scoots away. But that was an experience. Especially because I was just so tired, because I was laying there for 2 hours, and sometimes when you just lay forever, you get actually sleepy. So that was my experience today with the HIDA scan and a homeless lady. But I made it safely home. Everything was fine. You don't need a driver or anything to take you to the appointment, so that was nice. But otherwise, it was pretty easy going. It's just boring. And like with my anxiety, I think I was freaking out more, but I hope that this video can bring some insight. Anything medical for me anyway it makes me anxious and have anxiety, but definitely just if you are a believer, press into the Lord, read his scripture. He will comfort you. He will bring you peace and patience and all the fruits of the Spirit. Just ask for it. But yeah, I definitely have been just reading my Bible every night, and just hoping that he will give me that peace that I need, and he definitely is. So I hope that through watching this video at all, it can give you some peace, because I really wish I could have had a video to watch. I've seen a couple other ones, but everyone's experience is different, so I just want to hopefully spread it out so that everyone can see more experiences. But if you made it this far, thank you so much. Like and subscribe to my channel. We'll be getting some more videos up later. Bye!